Coming up on Look Today, well, the village of Lake George is seeking funding for a $17 million wastewater treatment plant. I've got details. Plus, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand releases a statement regarding President Trump's decision to end protection for Dreamers. More on that coming up. And the High Collection in Glens Falls receives a donation from the Hoops family. We've got details all ahead on Look Today. Welcome, everyone. I'm Jay Hood Jackson. This is Look Today. Well, in tonight's program, I sit down with Kim Harvish. She's educator for the Chapman Historical Museum in Glens Falls. And we're joined by Sandy Rhodes. She's with the Glens Falls Community Theater. And they're here to talk about the upcoming Living Theater at Pine View Cemetery tour. That's coming up on September 23rd. Plus, I sit down with Denise Nicastro. She's development director for JDRF of Northeastern New York, and she's here to talk about the Ride to Cure Diabetes. That's an event which is happening September 14 to 17. Plus, we've got your weather for the Tri-North counties, but first, these headline stories. Well, in our lead story, the village of Lake George is seeking funding for a new $17 million wastewater treatment plant. And they're seeking a loan from New York State Environmental Facilities Corporation. Now, in order to qualify for this loan, Lake George Village must prove it has a median household income of less than $58,000 a year. Now, in order to do this, village officials are asking residents to return an income survey that they received in the mail. We spoke to Mayor Bob Blais about this.
We're encouraging people, even though it's over the deadline reported on the survey, please return that survey to us to help us at least find out if we're eligible for this total outright grant.
That sounds like important stuff to me. All right, in other news, well, New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand released a statement today regarding President Trump's decision to end protection for Dreamers through the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, DACA. Now, the document states in part that he is needlessly targeting children who know no other country as home than America, and that America does not merely tolerate immigration, we thrive on it, and we're better than needlessly targeting hardworking young adults to score crass partisan points. Wow, that's pretty powerful stuff. We're going to reach out to you at the end of the program, ask you what you think, and we're also in contact with a lot of politicians in our area to get their opinion about this. All right, switching from news to weather. Today saw overcast skies, a little sun peeked in there once in a while. Let's see how the rest of the week is shaping up. For a more detailed look at our weather, let's head to the Glens Falls Weather Center for a look at your first forecast.
Thanks, Jesse. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser with your first look weather forecast. Currently, we'll see a cold front boundary making its way towards the southern United States, maybe some residual showers towards the Great Lakes. And we have a cold front boundary that's also making its way through parts of New England. So we're going to see wet weather chances regionally through tonight. Temperatures generally in the 40s, especially towards Buffalo and Burlington, 53 in Albany, 64 out ahead in the front in Boston, Massachusetts. Across the Capital District, generally mid-50s, lower 50s as you head towards the north, towards Fort Edward and Whitehall. Glens Falls, 53, the overnight low, and then a bit higher elevation, 46 in Johnsburg. We'll see storms likely, north-south breeze about 5 miles per hour. Showers still in the forecast for our Wednesday high of 64 degrees. Out the door weather, we'll see scattered showers, a wet commute to work. 55 to 57 through the 8 a.m. hour. And our extended outlook, we'll see temperatures only warming back up to the upper 60s after a morning low of 53 with a 50% chance of showers Thursday, slight chance of showers, maybe a little bit of sunshine on Friday, high of 66, morning low of 49. Weekend looks great. Mid to upper 60s near 70. And we'll see overnight lows generally mid-40s with a northeast breeze. That's a look at the first look weather forecast. I'm meteorologist Clarence Ponser. Now I send it back to you, Jesse.
Well, thanks, Clarence. Looks like that weather's going to clear out for the weekend. All right, back to the news. Well, the High Collection, Glens Falls, recently received a donation of $50,000. Now, as you know, the High Collection relies on donations and sponsorships to support its exhibitions and educational programs. Well, the upcoming Fall Gala is the museum's biggest fundraiser. We'll have more info on that as we get closer to the date. Well, we were at the Hyde today, and we spoke to Interim Director Ann Sale about the donation.
The donation is going to be used for so many things. It's hard to describe just one. We have so many programs here that bring the community in, and that's what the family always intended to happen here for years. It's our legacy is to bring art to the community and to bring the community to the art. So we're very fortunate that we have their support.
Okay, in other news, well, here's a fun story about how people get creative in our community. Here's a barbershop. It's called True Cuts. It's in Saratoga, and they held a back-to-school haircut event. Well, the barbershop gave back to the community today by offering free haircuts and school supplies to kids of all ages. Now, the shop is encouraging kids to succeed by offering another free haircut if they bring back a report card of a B average or above. Well, we spoke to co-owner Lamont Washington.
I really believe in investing in the youth and giving back to the community that's made us. We're doing great and we've become successful, and I really believe in taking care of the youth primarily over everything else.
That's great, Lamont. All right, up next, I sit down with Kim Harvish. She's educator for the Chapman Museum in Glens Falls. And we're joined by Sandy Rhodes. She's with the Glens Falls Community Theater. And they're here to talk about their upcoming Living Theater at Pine View Cemetery tour coming up on September 23rd. This is an interview you have to hear. Very creative idea. Plus, I also sit down with Denise Nicastro. Now, she's development director for JDRF of Northeastern New York, and she's here to talk about the Ride to Cure Diabetes event, which is happening September 14 to 17. But first, if you've seen what's happening, you want to share a story idea. How about join us for an interview? Then give us a call on the hotline. The number is 798-8000. Okay, tonight on Your Look, well, it was the holiday weekend, so we really didn't get a lot. But people continue to respond to our new program called Her Look. And Sandra of Saratoga said that Esther, this is the segment where we have this incredibly gifted, talented, older woman waxing the poetic about life and love and whatever. It's turning out to be quite a feature inside the show. And Sandra says that Esther needs to meet Ellen, meaning Ellen DeGeneres. That was a very funny remark. The question for tonight, because I know it affects our community in a lot of different ways, from farming to tourism, is what do you think of President Trump's decision to rescind DACA and how that might affect immigrants in our area? And what do you think about it? You could say you oppose it or you're for it or why, but we'd love to know what you think, and we'll fill the rest of the viewers in on it during the week. And the way to do that, by the way, is you give us your comments by going to our Facebook page, find the Your Look post, and then make a comment. And we'll see you next time on Your Look. Well, that's all the time we have for this edition of Look Today. I know it's Tuesday, but it's Monday to us, so we're going to look ahead. We've got quite a week coming up. Cheryl H. Perez is coming in to talk about the Veterans Ball. Tara Gasson is coming in. She's a candidate for supervisor in Saratoga. Mike Insulo is coming in. He's going to talk about his years at the Lake George Chamber and also Lake George in the fall. That'd be a great interview. And Michael Eck is coming in. He's with Proctor's. Tell us about what's going on in the arts. And one last one, kind of a personal one, but anybody who knows me knows I love cars and knows I love boats. Well, I had my boat worked on, and I just want to give a quick look out to Jason and to Johnny, both Johnnies, and to Rick, and especially Sean at Performance Marine in Bolton Landing for the great work they did on my boat. Now, it's a super boat, and if you're still awake, I just wanted to tell you, I ran into the only other super boat on the lake. It's a buddy of mine. His name is Brock, and the second he saw my boat, we had to, of course, get together. There's a brotherhood there, so Brock, you get to look out too. Tonight on Look TV, no it isn't, it's Queensbury Town Board Meeting. And don't forget, tune in tomorrow night for the stories that matter to you. Good night, everyone.